A virtual machine is running, but users can't connect. A web app suddenly stops responding after a scale change. Storage costs spike overnight, and no one knows why. These aren't theory questions. These are day one Azure Administrator problems. The Microsoft Azure Administrator Exam is designed to test how well you can monitor, manage, secure, and troubleshoot Azure resources in real environments, often under pressure. In this video, you'll work through practice questions that start with real operational scenarios and challenge you to choose the most effective Azure action, not just the technically possible one. Question number 1. You have an Azure virtual machine named VM1. VM1 was deployed by using a custom Azure Resource Manager template named arm1.json. You receive a notification that VM1 will be affected by maintenance. You need to move VM1 to a different host immediately. Solution: from the resource group blade, move VM1 to another resource group. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No. C. Both. D. None. Answer: B. No explanation. The correct conclusion is that moving VM1 to a different resource group does not solve the problem. In Azure, a resource group move is only for management and organization, not for changing physical infrastructure. It does not change the VM's host, data center, or availability zone. Therefore, it cannot help avoid or respond to planned host-level maintenance. To actually move a VM to a different host, Azure requires actions like redeploying the VM or using availability sets, zones. So, the proposed solution is incorrect for the stated goal. Question number 2. You have an Azure subscription. You plan to create an Azure container registry named contreg1. You need to ensure that you can push and pull signed images for contreg1. What should you do for contreg1? A. Enable content trust. B. Add a token. C. Enable encryption by using a customer-managed key. D. Create a connected registry. Answer: A. Enable content trust. Explanation: to push and pull signed container images in Azure Container Registry, ACR, you must enable content trust. Content trust integrates with Docker Notary and allows image publishers to sign images and consumers to verify those signatures during pull operations. The other options do not meet the requirement. Add a token controls authentication, not image signing. Enable encryption with customer-managed keys protects data at rest, not image signatures. Create a connected registry supports edge replication scenarios, not signing. Question number 3. You have an Azure Container Registry in a standard tier. You need to enable the admin user account and retrieve the password for the account. Which settings should you use? A. Networking. B. Properties. C. Identity. D. Access keys. Answer: D. Access keys. Explanation: in Azure Container Registry, ACR, the admin user account provides a simple authentication mechanism using a username and password. Enabling the admin account and retrieving its credentials is done exclusively through the Access Keys blade. According to Azure Container Registry documentation, the admin user is disabled from access keys. The passwords, primary and secondary, are displayed and regenerated there. Other blades such as networking, properties, or identity do not manage admin credentials. Question 4. You need to implement the planned changes for the storage account content. Which containers and file shares can you use to organize the content? A. Share 1 only. B. Cont1 and Share 1 only. C. Share 1 and Share 2 only. D. Cont1, Share 1, and Share 2 only. Answer: B. Cont1 and Share 1 only. Explanation: the correct answer is B. Cont1 and Share 1 only. Storage 1 is a Storage v2 account with hierarchical namespace enabled, which supports Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, meaning it allows true directory and subdirectory structures within containers. Storage 2 does not have hierarchical namespace enabled, so it cannot support directory-based organization in blob containers as required by the scenario. Since the requirement is to use directories whenever possible, only Storage 1 meets that requirement. Therefore, only cont1 blob container and share1 file share in Storage 1 can be used for proper directory-based organization. Question 5. You need to implement the planned changes for DCR1. Which type of query should you use? A. WQL, B. TSQL, C. XPath, D. KQL. Answer: D. KQL. Explanation: the correct answer is Kusto Query Language KQL. In Azure Monitor, data collection rules, DCRs, use KQL to filter and process log data before sending it to log analytics. KQL is the standard query language for Azure Monitor logs and Azure Data Explorer. To meet the requirement, you filter system events by event ID 4648 and target specific VMs using KQL. Other options are incorrect because WQL is for on-prem WMI queries, T-SQL is for SQL databases, and XPath is for XML event viewer filtering. Passing the Microsoft Azure Administrator Exam is about showing you can operate Azure, not just describe it. Each practice question strengthens your ability to diagnose issues quickly, select the correct Azure tools, apply changes safely and efficiently. The more scenarios you practice, the more confident you'll become in choosing answers that reflect real Azure administration decisions. If you're looking for more practice questions that match the exam style and difficulty, check the link in the description for additional resources available on CertBoosters. Subscribe to the channel for more Microsoft Azure and cloud certification practice sessions. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your exam.